This machine, you see, is called forklift. Let's take a closer look and see its different parts. One of the most important part is this toe fork, which is used as a lift. That's why it's called forklift, which is controlled by this tilt cylinder, which is also present in other side. This is called mast, which is provide a path for fork. This is must guard. This lights is front parking lights. And this thing is called bonnet. And this is your little cabin with steering, seat, and switches, from which you can operate whole forklift. In the back, the lights you see above is reverse horn light. This forklifts weigh thousands of pounds, and it is extremely powerful. It uses rear wheel steering, and it can turn in a very tight circle. There is some of the boxes. Let's pick it up and load into truck. But there are some things you need to consider. First thing is, never transport loads that appear to be inadequate. This boxes looks fine, so let's pick it up. Before grabbing the container, make sure that your box position is proper. Once it is in a proper position, then pick it up. So, let's find out how we can manage this weights. The most important thing is, you have to follow the 8-inch rule, which is, distance between fork and ground should be at least 8 inches. So, let's begin. But there is other thing. You can see that the boxes is blocking our view, so avoid carrying loads that impair your visibility. But if needed, then ask anyone to direct you. Yet, it's still not perfect. And for that, you need to know about load centering. In our case, the distance between front tire and load is approximate 24 inches. So, let's adjust this way. So now, the distance between front tire and load is approximate 22 inches, and it looks perfect. There are another scenario also. Consider that you have two boxes with different sizes like this. The center of the mass should be around here somewhere. So, distance between front wheel and center of the mass is around 26 inches. So, we can adjust the position like this, so that distance between tire and center of the mass decrease. And new distance will be around 20 inches. Which is perfect for this type of situations. So, let's pick only one container at a time. After starting movement, make sure your container is at good position. You can never allow anyone to pass under a lifted load. Oh yeah, when you are taking U-turn, keep your speed low. Or, in some situations, you can tell someone to guide you, or you can also drive reverse. During driving, you have to remember some things, like don't drive over hoses or power leads. Avoid hard braking and sudden changes, of course. And never transport any passenger. Let's take a look when you're driving on the slope-type surface. Never lift a load on slope. Never make a curve on a slope. And yes, check that, will the floor of the trailer support your load? There are other things also that you have to consider, like using your horn often and use of backup alarm and warning lights in some situations. So, you saw the process of forklift. There is other type of process with box, or you can say that a bag. Do not take a sharp or fast turn, even you don't have any load. After confirm that, you grab carefully, bring it back to normal position, otherwise it will lead to some accident. Whenever you are driving backwards, be careful, that will also lead to dangerous accident. Let's load these bags into other truck. Here also, you need to consider those instructions which is given when box is loading on the truck. But before that, let's see about some accident which can happen from some minor things. Consider the scenario in which you have some heavy load and trying to climb a slope, then this thing can happen. So, let's avoid this mistake and get back to our starting position. It looks normal to your eyes, but this can lead us to dangerous accident. So, whenever you are taking U-turn or reverse, then be careful and look around. So, you can say that behind forklift, some distance can consider as a red zone or dangerous area. Sometimes, there is also possible that your load is too much heavy that cause this type situation and accident happen. Not only this, but during this kind of accident, not only behind, but surrounding is also considered as red zone. The forklift fall in any direction, so try to avoid this all types of accidents and follow safety rules. There are some other things you need to consider, but not regarding forklift, it's about the trailer. Make sure that the wheels of the trailer are chocked to prevent the trailer from moving. Also, you have to make sure that dock plates, boards, and ramps are in place and secure. Always park your truck in a safe area that is away from traffic.